Well, considering she's my mom, I met her on May 21st, 1997 at Shady Grove Hospital.
I met Lakshmi way back in 1994 at an IDEA event.
I met Lakshmi in 2007 at her dance studio in Reston, Virginia.
I first met Lakshmaka in 1996 when I traveled with my guru to the US for the dance tour organized by Lakshmaka.
I had known about Lakshmi Babu even before I moved to the Northern Virginia area when I was in North Carolina, because Lakshmi Babu's friend was related to one of the people who we knew in North Carolina, and several times her name was mentioned and how popular she was in the DC metro area. Later on, about 12, 13 years back, I met her first time in IDEA dance competition when I went there as a judge. Later on, I became IDEA member, and then I came to know about her a bit more when I had started interacting with her, and I came to know that she is a wonderful person.
I met Lakshmi in 2001. I had just moved to the area, and my sister took me to Lakshmi's house for dance practice. And Lakshmi was the most welcoming, and she had this meal after the practice, which I still remember. She had these boat-shaped like dishes where she had served all this food, and I was a newlywed, fresh off the boat, and I was like, oh, this is what adults do. And I've seen Lakshmi ever since. She's always inspired me. Of course, in dance, and she's been my like dance partner. She and I have done so many things where I was Krishna, she was Satyabhama, and but it's been a fun ride with Lakshmi, and I'm only looking forward to more.
I think Lakshmi remembers the first time we met better than I did. As I recall, we met on May 20th, 1993, the day I was born.
I know Ateya since childhood. We grew up together in the same house.
I was around 6 years old. It was my first ever Kuchipudi dance class, and she started to teach me the hastas and the steps. My mom actually first enrolled me in dance, and after looking around, I started with Lakshmi Auntie, and I'm so glad that I did. I couldn't ask for a better teacher because I've learned so much from her, not only about being a better dancer, but about being a better person as well.
I still clearly remember visiting DC for a show in 2000. Can't believe it's been more than 20 years of our friendship. Time just flies.
I met Lakshmi when I was back in India in our academy. She was our junior, but she was noticeable to all of us because she would sit for hours watching us perform, and even after our class, even if it is very late. She used to come in a TVS all the way from Maredpalli to attend classes and learn with great interest and keen observation. She's been always calm and a very positive girl I have ever met. Lakshmi Babu's and my relationship, I would honestly say, grew more in USA after we came here. And mainly because of Teacher Garu's trips that we organized together. And we have built a team, a friendship through her in supporting her and supporting her aims and vision in dance. And it gave me a great pleasure to work with her and also to learn a lot from her. Though she's my junior, I would say we have learned a lot from her. And she was one of the first students from Hyderabad Academy, Kuchipudi Art Academy, to come here to US and establish Kuchipudi Dance Academy.
I'm pretty sure it was Lok Nrutya, the first folk dance festival that was put together by IDEA. If you remember, it was in 1996, and all of us teachers performed for the very first time together on stage.
I first met Lakshmi at an NIH program where I was dancing and she came backstage and we got acquainted for the first time as dancers.
I can always remember you. The first attire, the dress which you wore and came was a nice lemon yellow lehenga in one of the idea meetings sometime, I think in 1995 or something. And when you entered the room, I could see that good vibe and energy. Like, who is this person? I was just thinking in my mind, and it is such a beautiful moment. And since then, I'm glad and I'm so blessed that we have come along 25 years also. I think you and me share a lot of things together. We live together close in our residence. We're very close. I think age wise we share pretty much the same year, and a lot of things we have. And even this is my 25th year of celebration of my dance school, so we do share a lot of things in common.
I don't remember where or when I met Lakshmi. I think that's actually a good thing because it seems like we've known each other forever. She's a friend first, much like family. So everybody in my family knows her. People in my extended family in India know her. So it's a great association, and I think it's just very, very special. So we probably met in 2007 or 2008 in the Washington, D.C. area. Most likely at a performance that we were in or attending, probably also hosted by IDEA at that time. I was more involved with that organization at that time when I moved here. So yeah, that's really the where and when.
I know Lakshmi for more than 2 decades now. I remember meeting her for the first time in 1999 at her house in Maryland for one of the IDEA board meetings.
So the first time I met Lakshmi Auntie was through India Dance School in 1994, which was located in Gaithersburg, Maryland at the time. I still remember my first day meeting her, and I started Kuchipudi when I started grade school, so Lakshmi Auntie and KDA have truly been a huge part of my life.
The first time I met Lakshmi Akka was in year 2000, April, on the auspicious occasion of Ugadi, where she was performing at the Shiva Vishnu temple. And that is the time I requested to join Kuchipudi Dance Academy.
The first time I met Lakshmi Auntie was during my first day of dance class. In class, we covered shlokas, bending, and neck movement, and she was the best dance teacher any child could ever imagine.
I met Lakshmi Auntie about 15 years ago, back in 2006, when I enrolled in KDA.
నమస్కారం. 1996లో శోభా నాయుడు గారితో అమెరికాలో ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ చేయడానికి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు లక్ష్మీబాబు గారితో వారి హస్బెండ్ రఘు గారితో పరిచయం ఏర్పడింది. ఆ టూర్ని లక్ష్మీబాబు గారే నిర్వహించారు.
లక్ష్మీ గారితో నా పరిచయం ఎప్పుడు అంటే 2000లో జరిగింది. నేను 1999 డిసెంబర్లో డిట్రాయిట్లో పిల్లలకి డ్యాన్స్ నేర్పించడం కోసం వచ్చాను. సో అప్పుడు వచ్చినప్పుడు డిసెంబర్, జనవరి, ఫిబ్రవరి, మార్చి అయిపోగానే 2000 మార్చిలో నేను చుట్టూ అంటే ఎవరున్నారు తెలుగు అసోసియేషన్ వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళి ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ చేద్దామని చెప్పి గూగుల్లో సెర్చ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ లక్ష్మీ బాబు గారు కనిపించింది నాకు. సో అప్పుడు నేను ఆవిడకి ఈమెయిల్ చేశాను, నా పేరు సో నేను ఇలా వచ్చాను సమ్మర్లో నేర్పించడం కోసం, నాకు ఏదైనా ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుందా అని. సో ఆవిడ నాకు రిప్లై ఇచ్చారు, డెఫినెట్గా నేను ఏర్పాటు చేస్తాను వాషింగ్టన్లో శివశక్తి టెంపుల్లో, శివ విష్ణు టెంపుల్లో ఉగాదికి నేను చేస్తాను. సో అలా ఫస్ట్ ఆవిడతో ఈమెయిల్లో నేను ఆవిడ మాట్లాడాను. సో ఏప్రిల్ ఫస్ట్ వీక్లో అనుకుంటా 2000లో ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆవిడ అరేంజ్ చేశారు. సో అప్పుడు నన్ను ఫస్ట్ టైం నేను బస్ తీసుకుని డెట్రాయిట్ నుంచి వాషింగ్టన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆవిడ నన్ను పిక్ చేసుకోవడానికి వచ్చారు. అది ఎప్పుడంటే డౌన్ టౌన్లో ఆవిడ నాకు కనిపించారు. సో అప్పుడు ఆవిడ క్యాజువల్ డ్రెస్లో ఉన్నారు. అప్పుడు నేను ఆవిడ చూసి డ్యాన్స్ అనుకోలేదు యాక్చువల్లీ చెప్పాలంటే. సో అలా ఫస్ట్ టైం నేను లక్ష్మీ గారిని కలిశాను. నా ప్రోగ్రామ్ అరేంజ్ చేశారు. తర్వాత ఒక వర్క్షాప్ కూడా చేశాను. అప్పుడు కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ ఒక టైక్వాండో కరాటే నేర్పించే వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఆవిడ వీకెండ్స్లో రెంట్కి తీసుకుని వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఇవి షేర్ చేసుకుని టీచ్ చేస్తూ ఉండేవాళ్ళు. సో అక్కడ నేను ఒక లెక్చర్ డెమో కూడా ఇచ్చాను. సో అలా ఫస్ట్ నాకు లక్ష్మీ గారితో 2000లో ఏర్పడ్డ ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ ఇప్పటిదాకా ఈ 2021 దాకా కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది. 21 years కంటిన్యూ అయింది.
The first time I met Lakshmi Akka was in 2008 when Vempati Ravishankar Garu came to the Washington, D.C. area to do a workshop.
Lakshmi Babu was my senior in Kuchipudi Art Academy, Hyderabad. So I used to see her in the academy frequently, but she's a very silent person, so interaction was very less. And I attended her wedding too. So those were the moments I remember from back home.
So in 2000, we moved to Germantown, and I see this lovely lady walking with her two daughters. And I start chatting with her, and I find out that she's a dance teacher. And I think, wow, I've never lived so close to a dance teacher. She invites me to a neighborhood party she's hosting, and I meet Sushila, who convinces me that we should start taking lessons. I said, okay, let's do it. After that, I have always felt part of KDA.
So when I first moved here, we actually heard about KDA from a family friend, and they told us amazing things about it, how Lakshmi Auntie was a great teacher and how they have so many different kinds of programs. So I went in December of 2014 to KDA with my friend, and Lakshmi Auntie wasn't there at that time. I think she was in India, and I just loved the energy. Everyone seemed just so friendly. I was kind of scared, going into it. I thought it was going to be a strict Indian teacher yelling at the kids or something like that. Since I didn't get to meet Lakshmi Auntie the first time, I came back in January of 2015, and Lakshmi Auntie was there, and she was so nice, and everything that I heard from my friends, it was true. She was so welcoming, and I loved it, and I was immediately reeled in. I was like, okay, yeah, I want to join dance. This seems fun, and I feel like I'm gonna really like it.
My most memorable memory with Lakshmi was that we went to South Carolina and we performed there. And it was so exciting. We were a whole bunch of us. We went in 2 minivans. But that's just one of it. I have so many fun memories with Lakshmi, dancing, traveling. I've done Thanksgiving with the family. I don't know. It's just, when somebody's family and you've known them for so long, it's a good thing that we have so many memorable things, right?
One of the best cherished memories is driving together to Teachers Academy in Hyderabad.
So there are so many memories that I cherish with Lakshmi Auntie and KDA from over the years. One of them, the two that really stand out to me, one was from 2004. KDA presented Kalyana Srinivasa, and I was given the opportunity to have the lead role as Srinivasa, and Lakshmi Auntie was my Lakshmi Devi in the dance drama. So a lot of good memories from that time. And also, in 2012, I was given the opportunity to represent Kuchipudi and perform as part of a clue to the questions asked at the National Geographic Bee. So that's definitely another unforgettable experience for me.
My most memorable memory with my mom was when I was in the backstage dressing room pinning her graduation regalia before she walked the stage for her master's degree. Even now, I embarrassingly and shamefully need her to tie my practice saris before dance class, and that day getting to do that for her was an awesome and proud moment.
In the almost 3 decades that Lakshmi and I have known each other, we have performed, curated, and presented so many events together as Lakshmi and I, or as KDA and Natyabhumi. But some of the very memorable ones are when Lakshmi roped me in to play Narada in one of her dance dramas, and also, of course, when our daughters performed together, or when Lakshmi and I joined forces to present Shivratri at the Shiva Vishnu temple year after year for the past 11 years. Much love to you, Lakshmi.
We've never looked back on our friendship since 2000. We have done numerous shows, we've traveled extensively, and we've been partners in crime since then. But my most memorable show is the trip that we have taken to Australia with Teacher. I cannot believe that we've had such fun during the trip.
My most memorable experience with her is when I danced alongside with her on the Idea stage for the first time.
My best memories were during the years I lived in Washington, D.C. area with my family. Having a newborn, I was away from dance. During this time, She had me perform with her and supported me through the stage. It was very refreshing and felt relieved whenever I met her and performed.
You know, what remains in my heart is one of the idea shows in the Arlington. I think you did a Krishna item where even Sneha was little Krishna and she came and you were the mother and the butter the stealing and all that. That still remains in my eyes. You were fab, castingly beautiful, and you expressed the rasa so nicely. It's still in my heart, and what a beautiful treat and memory you have given me watching that program.
I have lot of good experiences with Lakshmi Babu over the years. One thing comes to my mind all the time is we had a dance program through IDEA, which was on Ashtapadis. I was new to this area. I really wanted to make friends, dance friends. So I wanted to take part in this program. And when I got this opportunity, I performed and Lakshmi performed as well. And after the performance, Lakshmi came to me personally and said, "Your Abhinaya is really good." And I felt so happy because coming from a fellow dancer or an artist means a lot to a dancer or a performer. So I really still remember, it's still fresh in my mind. And if I have to say what my experience or memory about KDA is that the productions I have gone, the first one was the production with her teacher, Shobha Naiduji, Krishna Parijata, and I was really mesmerized by the way they conducted the production. Every dance performer did their best, and I was really, really impressed, and I saw pure Kuchipudi that day. That's really in my memory always.
I think the most memorable experience I had with Lakshmi was during rehearsals at her house for an Idea Folk Dance Festival, year 2000 or 2001. We were rehearsing a Gujarati folk dance, and for the first time in my life, I was seeing a Kuchipudi dancer perform a Gujarati folk dance with such enthusiasm and passion.
Lakshmi and I have shared several programs together before. We've performed together in the same programs hosted in the area by various organizations and sometimes by Lakshmi herself. Sometimes we were in the same project. Sometimes we danced side by side. So there's been several sort of occasions and memories. I'll first start with a personal memory. One New Year's Eve, I was in Hyderabad for a very short trip and I didn't have any plans for New Year's Eve. I think I was texting Lakshmi. I think she was planning to come to India. She wasn't really sure. And it turned out she and Sneha came for some kind of video recording or something. I can't even remember the date now. But we met for dinner, which was really nice. We met at the Park Hyatt in Hyderabad. And yeah, it was just like a nice way to kind of celebrate. I think the one thing with Lakshmi, Raghu, Shriya, Sneha, we're all in touch at different points. We see each other. We're sort of friends and family first, and I think that's really, really nice. So it's like we can talk about art. We don't have to talk about art. We can talk about other things. So that's just what's really, really nice. A more hilarious, not really hilarious, but it more speaks, I think, to Lakshmi's nature. We had participated in a Ramayana dance drama at some point in Herndon, I think, and this was like 2011-ish, I think. And I was definitely the Ravana, and my co-artistic director Nalini Prakash played Surpanaka, and Lakshmi played Lakshmana, and I still to this day remember the role of Lakshmana trying to take down Surpanaka, and it just was not happening. I think the nature of both these people, the Surpanaka played by Nalini and the Lakshmana played by Lakshmi, very kind people. So I think I just really, really remember that. I think it was just took a lot for Lakshmi to come into character, and I say that in the nicest way. I'm very candid about it, but it was just really, really sweet to watch. I think it was funny, and it just spoke to how who we are, I think, comes out in our work, and I think what our nature is, and things like that really come out in these performance traditions. They really sort of the genesis is somatic first, and then it's cerebral. So I think it's just really, really nice. So I share that as a hilarious sort of moment. I just remember the rehearsals and trying to just get the scene right and all of that. So I share that memory.
There's one incident. One of the last times I actually saw you was, I would like to bring to attention because it was very special to me. You invited me to go on stage to speak at one of your students' Ranga Pravesh. And I remember I was not too prepared, and you encouraged me and would not let me leave without speaking. And I want to thank you for that. I got a lot of confidence going on stage and speaking, and I think I did a pretty good job. And I was honored to be there on stage with some other very notable dance teachers.
Without any doubt, I would say the coordination of our Guru's first tour in 1996 and also being part of the KDA productions for the past 25 years.
There are many cherished moments which I have spent with Lakshmi, but the most memorable one is when Teacher Garu came here. We had a multiple cities tour and we performed together with a workshop as to get the practice and all. So that time we all stayed in Lakshmi's house and spent a lot of time cooking, cleaning, talking, laughing till midnight, learning, performing. That is my most cherishable memory I have till date. And it's always a pleasure to work with Lakshmi.
Through the years, I've known Lakshmi to be a very, very warm and giving person. We have grown together, danced together, worked together for idea.
2003లో నేను యుఎస్కి మూవ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఆవిడ వాళ్ళ స్కూల్ తరఫున మేనకా విశ్వామిత్ర ప్రొడక్షన్స్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు నన్ను రమ్మని పిలిచారు. అప్పుడు వెళ్ళి ఐడియా డ్యాన్స్ ఫెస్టివల్లో ఆ 3 రోజుల ఫంక్షన్లో ఆవిడతో మేనకా విశ్వామిత్ర తర్వాత సోలోస్లోనూ పాల్గొనడం జరిగింది. అప్పటి నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు వాళ్ళ స్కూల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్లో వాడు పిలిచినప్పుడల్లా ఏదో దాంట్లో నేను వెళ్ళి పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాను. లక్ష్మి గారు మేరీల్యాండ్లో ఏ కూచిపూడి ఆర్టిస్ట్ వచ్చినా వాళ్ళని సత్కరించి గౌరవిస్తూనే ఉంటారు. అది కాకుండా ఏ కళాకారులకు కష్టం వచ్చినా వాళ్ళకి ఆర్థిక సాయం చేస్తూనే ఉంటారు. ఇప్పటికీ ఈ పాండమిక్ టైంలో కూడా చాలామంది కళాకారులకు ఆవిడ సాయం చేస్తూనే ఉన్నారు. ఆవిడ నాకు నచ్చే గుణం, ఆవిడ నిత్య విద్యార్థిని, ఎప్పుడు ఏదో ఒకటి నేర్చుకుంటూనే ఉంటారు. అలాగే ఆవిడ డిప్లొమా కంప్లీట్ చేశారు, మొన్న కూచిపూడిలో మాస్టర్స్ చేశారు.
ఆ తర్వాత 2009లో నేను కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ వాళ్ళు స్పాన్సర్ చేస్తే P3 మీద యూఎస్ వచ్చాను. సో అదే టైంకి లక్ష్మీ బాబు గారి స్కూల్ యానివర్సరీ జరుగుతుంది. సో నేను యానివర్సరీ దీంట్లో నేను పార్టిసిపేట్ చేశాను. సో అదొక ఒక మంచి మెమొరీ నాకు. నేను, రఘు గారు, లక్ష్మి గారు మేమే స్టేజ్ అంతా డెకరేట్ చేసాం ఆ రోజు. ఆ తర్వాత ఆ యాన్యువల్ డే చేసి నేను మూవ్ ఆన్ అయ్యాను, అంటే ఫర్దర్ నా వర్క్షాప్స్కి వాటికి మూవ్ అయ్యాను. సో అలా నాకు కేడిఏలో ఒక మంచి జ్ఞాపకం ఉంది.
I think the most memorable moments that we would both agree that we've had together are our early morning classes with Vempati Ravishankar Garu, 4:35 a.m. Challenging but so wonderful and so rewarding.
The most memorable performance that I had the fortune of giving with Akka, among many other performances we have done together, is Chandalika, where we performed at the house, at the residence of the Ambassador of India, I believe in 2002, where Buddhists from all across the world gathered to pay their respects to Lord Buddha. And we performed Chandalika, an episode from Chandalika, and all the Buddhists reacted to it with empathy, and they had tears in their eyes, which remains to be a very special performance close to my heart.
In the summer of 2019, my mom and I did a mother-daughter show together.
It was finally a chance for us to dance with each other and not for each other. We had countless hours of practices, rehearsals, at odd hours, late at night, which is usually the only time we have for each other. But regardless, it was one of my favorite experiences to dance on stage side by side with my mom.
For me, dance has always been a stress reliever, and coming to KDA has been the perfect therapy. This was especially true when my kids were small. I was working in Virginia, then had to take the kids to their activities, cooking, homework, and etc. And with this activity, I could fully focus and not worry about anything except what comes next in the dance. It's been absolutely meditative experience. Another memorable experience were the dance dramas. My favorite role was Nanavali in Sarvasayam. Through your recommendation, I got this wonderful opportunity to dance with Guru Shobha Naidu. My other roles I really enjoyed were to dance with you in Chandalika as Maya, and then Navarasa Natabhimini as Daksha and Mahishasura.
My most memorable experience with KDA is definitely KDA Marathon. This was the opportunity for all of KDA's dancers to showcase the dances that they've learned throughout their Kuchipudi experience. In particular, my favorite was when I got to dance with Lakshmi Aunty. I did Swagatam Krishna, this beginning snippet of it, and to this day, it's one of my most memorable dances that I've done with Lakshmi Aunty.
My most memorable experience with Lakshmi Aunty and KDA was definitely performing Krishna Parijatha in the summer of 2019. I had the amazing opportunity to be Krishna with Lakshmi Aunty as Satyabhama. And dancing with my guru had always been a dream of mine, and for it to actually happen was amazing. To me, it was even more special than my Ranga Pravesam, actually. I remember feeling super excited but nervous all at the same time, and I'm just really grateful that I got that opportunity.
And over the years, I don't really think there's a specific memory that I hold with Lakshmi Aunty that's made my experience special. I think it's always just been a culmination of small experiences that have made KDA feel like home, really. But I do think that in 2018, when I was preparing for my Rang Pravesam, I loved spending time with her because there would be one-on-one classes where I got to see her give me corrections, and I got to see her put in the dedication that she does, not only for the art form, but for each of her students. That I think it's always something that I've looked up to in Lakshmi Aunty. So getting a full year where I was able to experience that one-on-one was always great. That's probably one of my favorite times with Lakshmi Aunty.
I have a really nice relationship with Auntie where she's more than a dance teacher to me. Like, she's like a friend. Like, I can tell her anything, and she's really funny. And most people don't know this, was during Saptaham, and this was obviously a big production, and it had a lot of people in it. So we would have practice classes and rehearsals like late at night. So many people would be at KDA, and so I slept over that night, and the next morning she made me breakfast, she packed me lunch. I'm like getting ready, and she's like, okay, let me drop you off at school. And so this was during the time that she just got her Tesla, and so I was so excited. I was in like the back seat, and it was like, she's like my second mom, like driving me to school and everything. So we got to school, and the Tesla has like butterfly doors, and so the doors came out, and like I walked down, she was like, oh, like have a nice day, and I was like, oh, thanks. And I felt like the coolest kid ever. The lunch that she packed me packed me one of her sandwiches, and if you didn't have Auntie sandwiches before, they're so good. I love them so much. Yeah, ask her for the recipe.
Hi Lakshmi, congratulations on KDA's Silver Jubilee this year. So proud of you. Welcome to the Silver Jubilee Club in Maryland. Well, let me tell you, my dear Lakshmi, you are not one who will ever stop or take a break. I see you are such a hardworking dancer who will not give up, and I am just amazed at your energy and your enthusiasm to keep going. So I think KDA is just going to keep working towards longer success and better milestones.
Let me first wish you and KDA a very happy 25th anniversary. You've been someone who always thinks outside the box. You've done so many productions and so many shows to your credit, and I wish KDA the best of luck and I know you will rock for the next 25 years to come.
I congratulate Lakshmi Babu and Kuchipudi Dance Academy on this Silver Jubilee celebrations. It's a milestone achievement, and I would wish to see Lakshmi spread more to other cities. And because she's very organized, meticulous, and great in planning, I'm hoping she's aiming to spread her wings more.
KDA has already achieved innumerable milestones so far in these 25 years. The only thing that I can think of is maybe venture into the school system, local school system, and open up the Indian dance form, especially Kuchipudi, to the students of all ethnic backgrounds.
Hearty congratulations, Lakshmi and KDA family members. During these Silver Jubilee celebrations, we have seen a lot of wonderful initiatives, very inspiring initiatives. So would like to see them expanding to artists and kids across the globe and inspiring one and all.
The legacy, what you have been carrying all this 25 years, just carry it on, girl. You can do it. I'm so happy for your in-laws, your family, Raghu and the girls supporting you, which is what makes us do what we want to do passionately. And may this continue, and God bless you all forever. And I want many more programs, and you are truly my inspiration, and keep that going. Good luck, and to all your endeavors, and to KDA for many more programs to come.
In the coming decade, I would love to see KDA and Natyabhumi collaborate even further to promote and propagate Indian classical dance in the United States of America.
I don't know what the next 10 years hold for us, but we hope to grow as dancers, choreographers, and dance lovers.
For your dance academy, I hope you keep up with your wonderful energy and all your creativity. And I think that's what you and I especially share. Interest in so many different dance forms, the ones we do, and the besides that, other dance forms, and that we try all sorts of ideas. And I think over the years, our minds have opened up, hearts have opened up, and we are more open to creativity also. I hope that we can get back together and perform again. That would be great. It would be a lot of fun. And also, it would be wonderful to see my other colleagues in the dance world. And it would be very nice if we could all get back together and do some events together in person in the future.
I hope to see KDA do in the next 10 years is for them to expand their reach beyond the DC metro area. Especially, I would like to see KDA's second generation dancers spreading more awareness of Kuchipudi dance across the globe.
I think KDA has done quite a bit or achieved quite a bit over these 25 years. It has done several productions, done saptahas with those productions, done solo performances, group performances, taken part in competitions, won several prizes. They have even gone out of the country to perform several times and done Ranga Praveshams. So I'm sure this trend will continue for the next 25 years or more under the able guidance of their guru Lakshmi Babu. What I would like KDA to do in 10 more years is that the students or the senior students of KDA can come up with a production on their own, using or taking all the other dance styles that are available in our DC metro area. Classical dance styles. It can be Indian classical dance or Western. It's just think out of the box and come up with a mega production and put forth in the next 10 years. So definitely the teachers in our area will be helping, and the their guru Lakshmi Babu is there with them to guide them always. So I wish KDA does this taking all the other classical dance styles plus folk and come up with a production. I wish you all the best, KDA and Lakshmi Babu.
Do more of what they've been doing, bringing up each generation of very dedicated, very sweet KDA graduates. Along with that, I am really looking forward to what's going to come up at the Bangaru Resort / dance retreat place, because I'm looking forward to her hosting a dance retreat there and escaping my world and going into hers and immersing myself in Kuchipudi and dance. Good luck for everything. I mean, you're going to come up with Lakshmi and KDA and all the families of KDA. All I can say is you're really lucky you have Lakshmi, like I think I am.
ఇప్పటికీ ఆవిడ కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ పెట్టి 20 సంవత్సరాలు పూర్తయింది. ఆ సందర్భంగా ఆవిడకి శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలుపుతున్నాను. ఇంకా వచ్చే 10 ఏళ్లలో వాళ్ళ స్కూలు బాగా దినదిన ప్రవర్ధమానమై డ్యాన్స్ నేర్పించడమే కాకుండా శాస్త్రపరంగా కూడా అకాడమిక్ సైడ్గా కూడా ఆ స్కూల్ బాగా ఇంప్రూవ్ అవ్వాలని కోరుకుంటూ నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చినందుకు లక్ష్మి గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుతున్నాను.
In these 25 years of journey, Lakshmaka taught and inspired many students, supported artists, organized, conducted dance workshops and dance productions to propagate the Kuchipudi art form. KDA is very successful and an inspiration to many. I want Lakshmaka to continue her journey and bring more collaborations to carry this art form to the next generation. Wish you the best.
KDA ఫ్యూచర్లో కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ ఎలా చూడాలనుకుంటున్నాను అనేది ఒక సస్పెన్స్. తొందరలోనే లక్ష్మి గారే అనౌన్స్ చేస్తారు. సో కాబట్టి అది నేను రివీల్ చేయను. సో బట్ కానీ రాబోయే సంవత్సరాల్లో KDA ఇంకా మంచి ఉన్నతమైన స్థితిలోకి వెళ్ళాలి. కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ ఇంకా ఎంతోమంది విద్యార్థులను తయారు చేసి కూచిపూడి నాట్యానికి చాలా విశిష్టమైన సేవలు చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే లక్ష్మి గారు నాకు తెలుసు ఈ పాండమిక్లో నేనే నా ద్వారానే పంపించారు ఇండియాకి ఎంతోమంది టీచర్స్కి. దాదాపుగా నేను ఒక 30 నుంచి 35 మంది టీచర్స్కి, ఇండియాలో ఉన్న టీచర్స్కి ఆవిడ వాళ్ళ స్కూల్ తరఫున చిన్నగా, అంటే డొనేషన్ అనకూడదు, సహాయం చేశారు ఆవిడ. పర్ ఈచ్ పర్సన్కి దాదాపుగా ఒక 5,000 రూపీస్, అలా దాదాపుగా ఒక 4 to 5 months ఇచ్చారు ఆవిడ. సో బేసిక్గా కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ వారికి, లక్ష్మీబాబు గారికి, అలాగే పేరెంట్స్ వాళ్ళంతా లక్ష్మీబాబు గారు అడగంగానే వెంటనే వాళ్ళు ముందుకు వచ్చి కొంచెం అయినా సరే వాళ్ళు డొనేట్ చేసి డ్యాన్స్తో పాటు పిల్లలకి డ్యాన్స్ నేర్పించడం పాటు ఇలాంటి సేవ కూడా వాళ్ళు చేసినందుకు వాళ్ళ పేరెంట్స్కి, కూచిపూడి డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీలో డ్యాన్స్ పిల్లలకి, వాళ్ళ పేరెంట్స్కి, అందరికీ, లక్ష్మీబాబు గారికి, ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఆ సహాయం పొందిన టీచర్స్ పక్షాన నేను థ్యాంక్స్ చెబుతున్నాను. సో కూచిపూడి అకాడమీ, డ్యాన్స్ అకాడమీ ఇంకా అభివృద్ధిలోకి రావాలని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాను.
I wish that for the future of her institution, that for the love that she has for Kuchipudi, that all her wishes for the Kuchipudi art form should come true.
My hope and dream for Kuchipudi Dance Academy in the next 10 years would be, is in fact inspired by an incident that happened in my life a few years ago, where I visited a Netra Vidyalaya, which is in Hyderabad, founded by His Holiness Chinnajir Swami. And there was a girl who performed dance and showed me classical dance. And this is a visually challenged girl. And that remained in my mind for a long time. My hope for KDA, and I know KDA will be able to do, is to identify visually challenged girls who are interested in learning classical dance and teach them, and maybe even give them performance opportunities and engage them in KDA performances as much as we can, so we can give back to the community, especially the community that's been ignored for a long time.
Lakshmi, the impact you've had on so many people in these 25 years is phenomenal. It isn't just dance that KDA has imparted, so many lessons in culture, from the dance, language, music, but also there are very subtle things like in values, respect, organization, skills, discipline, presence, not to mention a wonderful community of friends. The exposure to so many phenomenal gurus, absolutely priceless. I'm always impressed with your new ideas you come up with and then action them into success, such as Saptaham, 7 dramas in 3 days, transforming a school gym into an awesome view of 100 students dancing Tilana together, and doing these activities while conducting Rangapravesham rehearsals and working on your masters. Absolutely amazing. For the future, I wish you to keep on being inspired and inspiring others. Once again, hearty congratulations.
Something that I want Kuchipudi Dance Academy to do in the next 10 years is conduct a convention here in Washington, D.C., Kuchipudi Convention.
KDA loves to dream big. One thing I'd like to see in the next 10 years that KDA should do is to hold a national tour. KDA is more than capable and has the potential to hold performances in every state in the United States. I think this would be a great opportunity to explore and expand horizons of KDA and get more exposure.
In the next 10 years, I would love to see the Kuchipudi art form grow and expand. And I myself have reconnected and I'm back into doing Kuchipudi regularly. And it feels great. I have 2 daughters myself, so I would love to be able to be a part of that journey and goal, passing on this art form to the next generation to come.
In general, I think it would be amazing to bring Kuchipudi to new generations in its original form and help people learn the deeper meaning for each posture and lyric in those dances. And when Lakshmi Aunty teaches, she explains every single line and what it means. And it's really impressive after that to think about those saints who wrote the verses and the choreographers who gave us these dances. And I want that kind of culture to be spread globally. And it would be amazing to have KDA play a key role in that.
In the next 10 years, I would hope, for me, KDA has always been a pioneer in bringing in trying out new innovative ways in order to bring the art form to students in the area. So I would hope that in the next 10 years, it continues that innovation and tries new ways, creative ways in order to make sure that the art form of Kuchipudi keeps spreading.
My mom and I always used to joke around and say that we would become doctors at the same time. Her becoming a doctorate in dance and me becoming a medical doctor. I think the real value in that was that I really wanted to see her teach Kuchipudi at a higher level. So in 10 years, I hope to see Kuchipudi Dance Academy offering dance classes for college credit.
I always hear students say that KDA is not just a dance school to them, but a home. And that makes me so happy to hear every time because my mom was able to create something so special to so many students. And in 10 years, I hope to see KDA, of course, continue to be a home to our students, but also expand our outreach to the general community.
This question is kind of a very big one. The past 2 years we've done so many different productions. I feel like the sky is the limit. I can't name one thing because I honestly, knowing KDA, knowing Lakshmi Aunty and her creative ideas, I feel like she'll come up with something. But I'm really excited for the alumni to come back and try and help out. They're at a point in their life where they're more free and they can come back and help Auntie, and I think that would be really nice.